Hello everyone, myself Dr. Roma Ghai, Associate Professor from Kite School of Pharmacy, Kite Group of Institutions, Ghaziabad, would like to present my topic on WHO International Drug Monitoring Program. Now basically this is the lecture 2 and this particular is a part of our syllabus pharmacovigilance BP 805 ET. So, what are the contents of my PPT? Now, first we will see the introduction part, then we will see what is the origin of the WHO program for international drug monitoring, then we will see the collaborating centers of WHO program for international drug monitoring, what is the role of WHO program for international drug monitoring, what is the role of CIOMS in the WHO program for international drug monitoring. Now, this WHO program for international drug monitoring is a group of around 150 countries that share the vision of safer and more effective use of medicines. Now, basically this WHO program, it works nationally and collaborate internationally to monitor and identify the harm caused by the medicines, to reduce the risk to the patient and to establish worldwide pharmacovigilance standards and systems. Now, UMC has been responsible for the technical and operational aspects of the program since 1978. Now, what is UMC? It is the Uppsala Monitoring Center and it is based in Uppsala city of Sweden. Now, when was it established? Bana kab ye? It was established in 1968. This WHO program for international drug monitoring provides a forum for WHO member states to collaborate in the monitoring of drug safety and notably identification and analysis of new ADR signals from the data submitted to WHO Global Individual ICSR database. Now, we will understand this later. Now, WHO headquarters is in Geneva, Switzerland. It is responsible for policy issues. The program consists of three-part network. The first part network is actually the WHO UMC part. Second one is basically the national centers in every country. And third one is the WHO headquarter. Now, national pharmacovigilance centers from WHO member countries, they are responsible for case reports sent to the WHO ICSR database, which is managed by Uppsala Monitoring Center in Sweden. So, let us understand this now. ये क्या करता है? ये प्रोग्राम प्रोवाइड करता है, एक फोरम प्रोवाइड करता है. ये फोरम क्या है? ये फोरम है WHO मेंबर स्टेट्स का, यानी कि इस WHO प्रोग्राम में बहुत सारे मेंबर स्टेट्स हैं और ये मेंबर स्टेट्स अलग अलग कंट्रीज के अंदर हैं और वो सारे क्या कर रहे हैं? दे आर मॉनिटरिंग द ड्रग सेफ्टी स्पेशली, और क्या कर रहे हैं? आइडेंटिफिकेशन एनालिसिस ऑफ न्यू एडीआर सिग्नल्स. और ये सिग्नल्स क्या है? द सिग्नल्स आर द न्यू एडीआर्स. और ये न्यू एडीआर सिग्नल्स कहाँ से आते हैं, कहाँ से कलेक्ट होते हैं? फ्रॉम द डाटा सबमिटेड टू WHO ग्लोबल इंडिविजुअल केस सेफ्टी रिपोर्ट डाटाबेस. तो इन सिंपल वर्ड्स आई कैन से दैट द मेंबर स्टेट्स, they are submitting the reports to UMC. ये reports को क्या बोलते हैं हम? ICSRs. और UMC उसमें से क्या निकालता है? एनालाइज करता है सेफ्टी सिग्नल्स. आई होप थोड़ा आपको समझ आया ना. ये ओरिजिन कहाँ से हुआ? In 1961, thalidomide disaster raised the international concern on unsafe medicines. As we have seen in the previous lecture, in 1961, I have told in detail about thalidomide disaster. So, after this thalidomide disaster, in which happened in 1961, the WHO International Monitoring Program began. तो हुआ कैसे? Start कैसे हुआ? 1968 में during the 16th World Assembly 16.36 resolution called for systematic collection of information on serious adverse drug reactions during the development and particularly after medicines have been made available for public use. तो बेसिकली क्या हुआ कि 1968 में एक पर्टिकुलर रेजोल्यूशन लिया गया कि बेसिकली अलग अलग तरह के एडवर्स ड्रग रिएक्शंस को कलेक्ट किया जाएगा, राइट? जो ये कलेक्शन किसके लिए है? फॉर द ड्रग्स ड्यूरिंग द डेवलपमेंट फेज as well as when the medicines have come into use. So purpose was to develop an internationally accepted system for detecting the previously unknown or poorly understood adverse effects of the medicines. तो purpose हमारा क्या था? एक system होना चाहिए जो detect कर सके adverse reactions को. तो ये एक pilot project था. तो pilot research project जब वो full grow हुआ, it is now fully grown to full-fledged WHO program and now coordinated by UMC, that's the Uppsala Monitoring Center. So WHO established this program for international drug monitoring in response to thalidomide disaster, which was detected in 1961. और क्या second rationale था? There was a need for collaboration and safety monitoring of drugs on an international scale to identify the rare areas which was not seen during clinical trials. Now, why not seen during clinical trials? Areas क्यों नहीं पकड़े गए? क्यों नहीं डिटेक्ट हुए? क्योंकि due to there is less length of study of clinical trials, the participant selection is conducted. Participants को select करा जाता है clinical trials के लिए. Patients do not have comorbid conditions. Comorbid conditions क्या है? एक से ज़्यादा conditions जो जिन clinical trials जब हम करते हैं तो हम एक particular patient को एक ही problem होती है, but actual में reality में patient को बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं. In clinical trials, patient do not have comorbid conditions. During clinical trials, patient do not take concomitant medications. So clinical trials के टाइम पर सिर्फ एक मेडिसिन दी जाती है, एक से ज़्यादा मेडिसिन नहीं दी जाती. But actually में क्या, actual settings में क्या है कि ड्रग्स जब दिए जाते हैं उनके साथ दूसरे ड्रग्स भी चल रहे होते हैं, मेडिसिन पेशेंट्स लेते हैं. Now for an effective international system to become operative, a common reporting form was developed. तो WHO ने बेसिकली सियोम्स की हेल्प ली और एक रिपोर्टिंग फॉर्म बनाया. देन एग्रीड गाइडलाइंस वाज एस्टैब्लिश्ड कि गाइडलाइंस क्या बनेंगी फॉर एंटरिंग द इंफॉर्मेशन. कॉमन टर्मिनोलॉजीज क्या होंगी, क्लासिफिकेशंस प्रिपेयर करी गई. कंपैटिबल सिस्टम प्रिपेयर किया गया फॉर ट्रांसमिटिंग, स्टोरिंग एंड रिट्रीविंग एंड डिसेमिनेटिंग डाटा. सो ऑल दीज वर क्रिएटेड टू फॉर एन इफेक्टिव इंटरनेशनल सिस्टम टू ऑपरेट. So as we have seen just now, the WHO PADM was based on declaration of the World Health Assembly to start a project on the feasibility of international system of monitoring of ADRs to drugs. तो first इसका headquarter क्या था? It was established at WHO headquarters in Geneva, Switzerland. In 1978, it moved to WHO Collaborative Center situated in Uppsala, Sweden. तो क्या हुआ? एक agreement हुआ between WHO and government of Sweden. और स्वीडन के अंदर डिसाइड किया गया कि जितना भी WHO का काम होगा वो कौन देखेगा? UMC, उपसला मॉनिटरिंग सेंटर. रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ पॉलिसी मैटर्स विल बी रिटेन्ड बाय WHO हेडक्वार्टर्स जेनेवा. तो पॉलिसी मैटर्स का काम कौन देखेगा? WHO हेडक्वार्टर्स. और ऑपरेशनल का काम कौन देखेगा? ऑपरेशनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी वाज टेकन बाय स्वीडन. So this WHO collaborating center was known as Uppsala Monitoring Center. Together with the WHO Collaborating Center for International Drug Monitoring, WHO is promoting pharmacovigilance at a country level. So WHO is promoting pharmacovigilance ताकि हर country में ये pharmacovigilance system आना चाहिए. EMP, Essential Medicine and Health Product Division of Health System and Innovation Cluster is responsible for the pharmacovigilance activities. और इंडिया ने कब ज्वाइन किया ये प्रोग्राम? इंडिया ज्वाइन द प्रोग्राम इन 1998. 1968 में प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट हुआ, तो आफ्टर 30 years इंडिया ज्वाइन दिस प्रोग्राम. नाउ WHO इज प्रोमोटिंग फार्माकोविजिलेंस एट कंट्री लेवल. जब ये प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट हुआ था, ठीक है, इनिशियली कंसिस्टेड ऑफ 10 countries. और बेसिकली ये विजन क्या था इस प्रोग्राम का? इसका विजन था UMC shares WHO vision of improved health for all. सबकी हेल्थ सही होनी चाहिए, जो मेडिसिन ले रहे हैं वो सेफ होने चाहिए. And but the UMC is organizationally and professionally distinct from WHO itself. लेकिन हम WHO को UMC के साथ मिक्स नहीं कर सकते. Both are different entities. So currently अगर हम WHO PIDM के साइट में जाते हैं तो हमें 148 countries मिलते हैं. Currently 148 countries are the members of WHO program for international drug monitoring. तो ये जितने भी डब्ल्यूएचओ प्रोग्राम में जितने भी कंट्रीज हैं, मेंबर स्टेट्स हैं, वो क्या काम करते हैं? मेंबर स्टेट्स अपनी अपनी कंट्री से सबमिट करते हैं रिपोर्ट्स ऑफ एडवर्स रिएक्शंस एसोसिएटेड विद मेडिसिनल प्रोडक्ट्स, जिसको हम ICSRs कहते हैं, इंडिविजुअल केस सेफ्टी रिपोर्ट्स। तो ये मेंबर स्टेट सबमिट करते हैं रिपोर्ट्स को टू द डब्ल्यूएचओ ग्लोबल डाटाबेस विजीबेस, और विजीबेस को कौन देखता है? UMC देखता है, ठीक है, विजीबेस को UMC देखता है। सो देयर आर 5 WHO collaborating centers, 5 WHO collaborating centers working for pharmacovigilance each in specialist area। तो पहला हम देखते हैं, पहला क्या है? उपसला मॉनिटरिंग सेंटर, उपसला स्वीडन। सेकंड क्या है? सेंटर इन रबात, मोरक्को, अफ्रीका। So that center is for strengthening the pharmacovigilance practices. Then WHO Collaborating Center for Pharmacovigilance in Education and Patient Reporting. ये सेंटर कहाँ है? नीदरलैंड्स में है। So we call it Netherlands National Pharmacovigilance Center. It's also called Pharmacovigilance Center Larab. Fourth one is WHO Collaborating Center for Drug Statistics Methodology, Norway. So this fifth one is our India Center, WHO Collaborative Center for Pharmacovigilance Public Health Programs and Regulatory Services, that is Pharmacovigilance Program of India, PVPI, which is seen by IPC, Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, Ghaziabad. So let's see one by one. UMC का क्या काम है? UMC oversees the WHO program operations, including collecting, assessing, communicating information from member countries about the benefits of the drugs, about the harm, effectiveness and risk of drugs, collaborating with the member countries in development and practice of pharmacovigilance, alerting the national regulatory authorities of the countries about the potential drug safety problems via WHO signal process. तो UMC ने क्या ऐसा किया? UMC has developed, uses several software tools which can help the participating national centers in international drug monitoring program. So let's see the tools. Tools को देखते हैं। पहला टूल क्या है? VigiFlow, VigiBase, VigiMine, VigiMed, VigiSearch and VigiLice। तो स्टूडेंट्स, VigiBase क्या है? एक बेस है। किस चीज़ का बेस है ये? ये WHO ग्लोबल डाटाबेस है। This is a global database for ICSRs where all ICS are compiled. तो जो भी सपोज इंडिया अपना रिपोर्ट्स भेज रहा है, वो कहाँ पर बेसिकली कंपाइल हो रही है? VigiBase के अंदर। So the largest database of its kind in the world, and millions of reports of suspected ADRs are there, submitted since 1968. And who submits it? It is submitted by member countries. Member countries of the WHO program for international drug monitoring. It is continuously updated. इसकी अपडेशन होती जा रही है। जैसे जैसे कंट्रीज रिपोर्ट्स भेजते हैं अपने ADR रिपोर्ट्स, तो वो सारा का सारा पूरा कंपाइल होता जा रहा है, अपडेट हो रहा है डेटाबेस में। Then next UMC work, providing and maintaining WHO drug dictionary portfolio. Now why do we need drug dictionary? We need drug dictionary, the reason is that we have to put codes for the drugs. It is helping in giving you the codes for the drugs, right? So WHO drug dictionary portfolio is there. Then WHO ART is used. Now what is ART? WHO adverse reaction terminology. किसकी terminology? It give the codes for events, adverse events. It's used for the coding and analysis of the VigiBase data and medicinal product data throughout the world. VigiBase system is linked to medical and drug classification such as WHO ART. तो VigiBase को लिंक किया गया है, WHO ART के साथ लिंक किया गया है। MEDRA, अब MEDRA ये न्यू वर्ड आ गया। MEDRA क्या है? दिट्स अ मेडिकल डिक्शनरी फॉर रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटीज। तो जो रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटीज ने एक डिक्शनरी बनाई है, बेसिकली ये ICH ने बनाई है, और ये MEDRA बेसिकली हेल्प करता है कोडिंग फॉर एडवर्स इवेंट अगेन। Then you have WHO ICT. What is WHO ICT? WHO International Classification of Diseases. इसमें डिजीज के कोड्स हैं। एंड देन यू हैव WHO ड्रग डिक्शनरी। सो VigiBase सिस्टम में पूरा सब कुछ इनकॉर्पोरेट किया गया है। सो दीज क्लासिफिकेशंस विल हेल्प इन स्ट्रक्चर्ड डाटा एंट्री। हम डाटा को एंटर करने में हेल्प करता है, डाटा रिट्रीव करने में हेल्प करता है, डाटा को एनालिसिस में हेल्प करता है एट डिफरेंट लेवल्स ऑफ प्रिसीजन एंड एग्रीगेशन, which is very, very important for effective and accurate analysis. So let's see the VG tools now. So VGPACE, as I've told you, it's a WHO global ICSR database, includes data on all type of medicines, whether it's conventional medicine, whether it's traditional medicines, whether it's biological medicine, including vaccines also. See the next tool, VGLICE. LICE का मतलब क्या है? Analyze करना. So it's a powerful search tool, analysis tool है ये, that provides WHO PIDM members an access to more than 30 million individual case safety reports in the VGBase, which is submitted by member countries. So VGLICE क्या help करता है? Analyze करने में help करता है. VGAccess gives public access to the VGBase through a user interface that allows the search and retrieval statistical data on safety issues reported to WHO PIDM. VGAccess हम लोग भी यूज कर सकते हैं क्योंकि पब्लिक एक्सेस मिल रहा है इसमें. VGFlow क्या है? वेब बेस्ड ICSR मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम. आई एम सॉरी फॉर द स्पेलिंग. मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम designed for use by national centers in WHO PIDM. Then VGFlow e-reporting. It's a web-based module for VGFlow, which allows the national centers to capture the ICSRs directly from the patient as well as healthcare professionals. Now, अब हमने UMC समझ लिया जिसने डेवलप किया था VG tools. अब हम समझ लेते हैं नेक्स्ट सेंटर रबात क्या करता है. It's a WHO collaborating center for strengthening pharmacovigilance practices. It became the collaborating center in 2011. It facilitates regional and national training courses in the geographical area, supports initiatives to promote patient safety in the geographical area. तो बेसिकली ये कवर किसको करता है? ये कवर करता है टॉपिक्स लाइक पेशेंट सेफ्टी, VGFlow, causality assessment, pharmacovigilance of herbal medicines, pharmacovigilance of medicine vaccines, pharmacovigilance of medication errors. So it's involved in projects integrating the patient safety reporting system across different types of health facilities and pharmacovigilance in public health programs such as like multi-drug resistant TB. It is also doing the surveys, evaluates performance and development of pharmacovigilance systems in Africa. Let's see the third center. It's run by Netherlands National Pharmacovigilance Center और ये establish कब हुआ? 2013 में. It's a specialized national center which focuses on process and scientific evaluation of patient spontaneous reporting. Its role is to assist WHO in training the member countries how to handle the patient reports. तो students ये basically क्या काम कर रहा है? ये help कर रहा है how to handle the patient reports. Next center, very important center. This center was established in 1982 in Norway, Oslo, at the Department of Pharmacoepidemiology at the Norwegian Institute of Public Health, funded by Norwegian government. It's responsible for developing, updating, maintaining ATC-DDD classification system. Students, what is ATC? ATC stands for anatomical, T stands for therapeutic, C stands for chemical. So ATC is the anatomical, therapeutical, chemical classification of the drugs. तो ये basically ये particular center establish करता है ATC system को. Then DDD, daily defined doses. So this system is also used for medicines. So it is responsible for establishing, right? Then what are the priorities of this particular center? To classify drugs according to the ATC system, to establish DDDs for drugs which have been assigned the ATC code, to review and revise the ATC classification system and DDDs. DDDs, I'm again saying that's daily defined doses, to stimulate and influence the practical use of ATC system by cooperating with researchers in the drug utilization field, to organize training courses in the ATC DDD methodology. अब इसको कैसे यूज करना है तो ये पर्टिकुलर आपका ये सेंटर नॉर्वेजियन सेंटर हेल्प करता है. एंड टू लेक्चर एट सच कोर्सेज एंड सेमिनार्स ऑर्गेनाइज्ड बाय अदर्स. तो ये प्रोवाइड करता है टेक्निकल सपोर्ट टू कंट्रीज इन सेटिंग अप देयर नेशनल मेडिसिन क्लासिफिकेशन सिस्टम, build capacity in the use of medicine consumption information. Next center is WHO Collaborating Center for Pharmacovigilance in Public Health Programs and Regulatory Services. That's a PVPI program of India, which is looking after by IPC Ghaziabad. आप सबने सुना होगा 2017 में ये Pharmacovigilance Program of India, this became a WHO Collaborating Center 2017 में इंडिया के सेंटर को, इस प्रोग्राम ऑफ इंडिया को ये बनाया गया, WHO कोलैबोरेटिंग सेंटर बनाया गया, राइट. So this was, PVPI was, IPC was designated as a specialist center by WHO in Geneva. That's 2017. Now this program of India was launched with the objective to safeguard the health of 1.27 billion people of India. जब ये launch हुआ. Now ADRs are reported from all over the country to NCC PVPI. NCC means National Coordination Center PVPI. वहाँ ADRs सारे report किए जाते हैं, right? Then which also work in collaboration with the WHO program for international drug monitoring and also contribute to global ADR database. तो ये ADR reports जो हो जाते हैं, ये reports basically submit किए जाते हैं WHO program में, Uppsala में, right? So this NCC PVPI is working along with the WHO program. Now PVPI center assist WHO, कैसे help करता है? It supports WHO to develop relevant tools, guidelines for enhancing pharmacovigilance practice in low and middle income countries. इसको हम LMIC बोलते हैं, एशिया और बियॉन्ड. तो ये हेल्प कर रहा है, एनहांस कर रहा है फार्माकोविजिलेंस प्रैक्टिस को. और क्या हमारा ये सेंटर कर रहा है? इट इज कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग ऑफ WHO मेंबर स्टेट्स टू एस्टैब्लिश हाई क्वालिटी फार्माकोविजिलेंस सिस्टम्स फॉर मेडिकल प्रोडक्ट्स. तो ये हेल्प कर रहा है उनकी कैपेसिटी बिल्ड करने में. Then it is also giving scientific support to countries for pharmacovigilance in public health programs like TB, neglected tropical diseases, vector-borne diseases, HIV/AIDS, immunization programs, and many regulatory issues. Now let's understand the functions of this WHO program. अब तक हम WHO program बोलते जा रहे हैं, इनके functions क्या हैं? इसका major function है to identify and analysis of new ADR signals from the case report information submitted to the national centers and from them to database. तो इसमें हमें हेल्प क्या करता है? ये आइडेंटिफाई करता है, एनालाइज करने में हेल्प करता है सेफ्टी सिग्नल्स को. एंड हमारा बेसिकली रेफरेंस कहाँ से आता है? जो WHO डाटाबेस है, जिसको हम विजी बेस भी कहते हैं. नेक्स्ट फंक्शन समझ लेते हैं. इट इज हेल्पिंग इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सचेंज. कैसे इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सचेंज? इंफॉर्मेशन इज एक्सचेंज एंड डिस्कशन स्टिमुलेटेड between the representatives of national centers participating in the WHO program for international drug monitoring. और ये information exchange किसके थ्रू होता है? Via VGMed. It's a unique IT drug safety tool. Information exchange between WHO and representatives of national centers is mainly done through VGMed, which is an email information exchange system. Then next function, public issue periodical newsletters, guidelines, books in the pharmacovigilance and risk management area. Fourth function देखते हैं, supply of tools for management of clinical information, development of WHO ART, that is standardized adverse reaction terminology. WHO ART help किसको करता है? It is a terminology used by regulatory agencies and drug manufacturers. ठीक है? Then centers also use WHO ART, MEDRA जो मैं पहले बता चुकी हूँ, ठीक है, मेडिकल डिक्शनरी फॉर रेगुलेटरी एक्टिविटीज. तो नेशनल सेंटर्स जो इनमें टर्म्स हैं उसको यूज करते हैं व्हेन रिपोर्टिंग टू WHO डाटाबेस. ठीक है, तो एक सिंपल मेड्रा को हम बोलते हैं एडवर्स इवेंट क्लासिफिकेशन डिक्शनरी है, एंडोर्स बाय ICH. देन नेक्स्ट रोल क्या है? डेवलपमेंट ऑफ अ कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव इंडेक्स ऑफ रिपोर्टेड ड्रग्स कॉल्ड WHO DDD. तो जितने भी ड्रग्स अवेलेबल हैं इंडिया में, अलग कंट्रीज में, ये सारे कंपाइल्ड है WHO DDD में. That's drug dictionary. Okay. All medicinal products referred in ICSR sent to WHO database. They are coded as per the WHO DD classification by UMC staff. तो ये DD classification किस में हेल्प करता है? कोडिंग में हेल्प करता है. ये कोडिंग बेसिकली हमें कब करनी पड़ती है? जब हम ICSRs को रिपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, तब ये कोडिंग यूज किया जाती है. Then next role is WHO drug dictionary browser. It was launched in 2006. That allowed direct access to all the features of the dictionary and it's available over the internet. Next role is providing training and consultancy support in pharmacovigilance. There are discussions through annual meetings. WHO PIDA में annual meetings होती हैं for representatives of national centers on technical issues in relation to improvement of global drug monitoring in journal as well as concerning individual drug safety problems. WHO program also conducts methodological research in ADR signal analysis. It is focused on using international drug utilization data and this network, Bayesian neural network methodology. तो बेसिकली WHO अपना रिसर्च कैसे करता है? WHO प्रोग्राम रिसर्च करता है basically using this methodology, Bayesian neural network methodology. It's a software basically. Then it focuses on monitoring of traditional medicines also. Then role continued. Development of computer software for case report management. पहले मैं बता चुकी हूँ VigiFlow जो है वो कंप्यूटर सॉफ्टवेयर है. ये केस मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम है जो PV सेंटर्स यूज करते हैं, फार्माकोविजिलेंस सेंटर्स यूज करते हैं. UMC has made this software for PV centers for management of adverse event reports. Then UMC along with Swiss Medicine Agency has developed ADR database that is VGBase. तो VGBase develop कैसे हुआ? WHO का जो सेंटर है UMC सेंटर वो Swiss Medicine Agency के साथ उसने डेवलप किया VGBase, which is a global database of individual case safety reports. So data in VGBase are recorded in a structured manner, in a comprehensive manner, to allow the detection of potential medicine safety hazards. Let's see role of SIOMS. Now, what is SIOMS? SIOMS एक council है. ये council किसकी है? ये international organization है. और किसकी international organization? Medical sciences की है. So, Council of International Organization of Medical Sciences. तो इसका role क्या है? WHO International Drug Monitoring Program. SIOMS is an international, not for profit organization. अपना profit ये नहीं कमाती है. ठीक है? It's international. It is established by WHO and UNESCO. What is UNESCO? United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization. तो इन दोनों ने मिलकर एक SIOMS बनाया है in 1949. So it facilitates and promotes international activities in the field of biomedical science. SIOMS has initiated activities on safety requirements for use of drugs and assessment of the monitoring of adverse reactions and pharmacogenetics. So through its working group, SIOMS has developed recommendations of guidance in the area of international reporting of ADRs. So they have introduced the standardized reporting form, they have introduced the international reporting for PSURs, right? And areas of SIOMS are core clinical safety information, evaluation of benefit risk, current challenges of pharmacovigilance, management of safety information, development of safety update reports, signal detection. So these guidance documents are helpful. So students, that was the last slide. So these are the references. Thank you everyone. I hope you could understand the WHO program for international drug monitoring, and so thank you for patient listening. Thank you.